Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Skratch here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today I want to talk about Tormin and how we can actually slide into the current meta. I want to see how he performs in live arena, so we're going to take him in for a spin. I'm going to share with you guys my build. I'm going to share with you guys a couple of tips about the champion, and we're just generally going to have a look at how well he actually performs in the current meta. Now I do have a few ideas in my mind. The only problem is that I don't seem to get the right teams at the moment in live arena. Test him out in better conditions, let me put it like that. So if we're gonna have a quick look at Tormin, just to refresh our memories in terms of what he does, right? So he was a Christmas fusion around 3 years ago. When they brought him in the game, he completely broke the game in terms of arena. Everything that he was doing was just next level. With the A1, attacks all enemies, has a chance to land freeze. Instantly activates this skill whenever an enemy under both a freeze and HP burn debuff takes damage from HP burn. It's nice to pair him with the HP burn champion. Used to be nice 3 years ago when they got into the meta. I used to run him together with Ignatius. They used to be tons of fun in arena, but that's in the past. It's definitely not gonna work now. Iceberg Crush on a 3-turn cooldown removes all buffs from a target enemy, then attacks the target 2 times, steals all buffs instead if the target is under a freeze debuff, will ignore defense if the target is under both a freeze and HP burn debuff. With the A3, attacks all enemies, places a block buffs debuff and a heal reduction debuff for 2 turns on enemies under freeze debuff, has a 60% chance, fully booked 80% chance of landing a provoke debuff for 1 turn on enemies not under freeze debuff. Decreases the cooldown of a random skill of each ally by 1 turn for every enemy attacked under both a freeze and HP burn debuff. The passive has a 20% chance to land the freeze debuff on the enemy each time they receive a buff or half their thermometer filled. So hear me out. We have Taras, we have Marichka. Taras, he constantly buffs thermometer with the A1. So for the Taras abusers, I feel like Tormin could be a good counter, especially for teams that run 2 Taras in their team. Now, of course, most of those people, they will run Siphi, for example. So if you ban their Siphi, you're going to have a much better chance at constantly freezing the enemy team and just slowly picking them up like that. I know polymorph is everywhere. You're going to encounter polymorph on Marichkas, you're going to encounter polymorph on Duchesses, Necrets, etc. But you know what? We live in a world of RNG with the universe of Raid Shadow Legends. Everything is RNG, and we're going to have to take some risks, because if you want to have a better chance at winning against some particular teams that are really, really painful, you definitely gotta smack back some RNG on them, and I feel like Tormin is actually a good way to do it. You have a defense aura for all battles, 33%. I have him built on a Savage and a Perception. Yes, Tormin can deal damage as well, guys. Similar with Valkyrie and other defense-based champions, they can smack pretty hard, you know. So I focus to get more accuracy on him because I find it more important to have a pretty decent amount of accuracy. I don't have crazy accuracy. I could go even higher, but you know what? It's going to be pointless if I'm going to go against resistance teams, because they're already going to have around 600, 700, 800 resistance, and if I want to build him for damage and catch enemies off guard and land that freeze, it's just not going to work good together. So I got to choose to go with enough accuracy to CC the majority of the teams out there, and at least CC their DPS champions and stuff like that, you know. Total stats on my Tormin: 45,000 HP, 1.8k attack, 6.9k defense, 191 speed. I would love to get him faster. 101 crit rate, 251 crit damage, 372 accuracy. Now you see I have my gear ascended, my Great Hall is maxed, my Faction Guardians are maxed. He is at +1 empowerment, but I don't have an awakening on the champion at the moment. Crit damage gloves, defense chest piece. You see I have accuracy on it as ascension instead of defense, but hey, you gotta make it with what you have. And I have defense boots, defense percentage on the ascension as well, which is great. We have the right substats, crit rate, you want to get some crit damage, defense, speed, some accuracy to make it work. And one thing that I forgot to mention about the champion, when they kill him, he's gonna come back to life, right? So he's gonna revive Frozen, and he's gonna get to make a few more moves from there. Very important when you are doing the masteries to get Resurgent on him as well. Has a 50% chance to remove a random debuff from this champion when they lose 25% HP or more. Especially when he comes back to life frozen. If he's gonna get hit, you're gonna be able to have some RNG and maybe remove the freeze from him to bring him back into the fight. So these are my masteries. Helm Smasher as tier 6. Now you can argue it and be like, you know what? I'm gonna go as a tier 6 with Fearsome Presence instead, just to have a higher chance to land the freeze. So it's definitely in between. Like, it's not necessarily the best to get Helm Smasher, it's not necessarily the best to get Fearsome Presence, but I feel like it's kind of like a 50-50 on what mastery you want to get as tier 6 for the champion. So these are the masteries on him as well. That being said, let's jump over into Live Arena, take him in for a spin, and see how he performs. So we have 27 minutes left. I am in Silver 2 at the moment, so let's see what are we gonna get from here. I actually waited. I've done probably around 20 to 25 fights today just to climb into Silver 2 to ensure that I'm finding more teams with Taras, just to kind of like be able to test what we want to test in a better way, you know. So we got our first opponent. I might have to do some edits if the fights are taking too long. If I gotta do 5 to 10 fights to find what we need, I'm gonna have to cut some of them out because, you know, the video is gonna get boring and too long, you know. Plus for Arbiter, you know what, we're gonna start in the exact same way. And I'm loving it when they're bringing Arbiters to this fight, because if I'm bringing Tormin in and they don't have block debuffs, one thing that's happening right now, not a lot of people start the fights with immunity anymore, like we used to do a couple of months ago, right? You will encounter Stone Skin, so that kind of works like an empowered immunity, but it's definitely not as crazy as it used to be before, you know. So let's actually do a Harima again. Hopefully he's gonna ban my Harima, and I'm definitely gonna ban that Sifi, most probably. Seeing what champions he has, I'm expecting to bring a Yumeko or a Warlord right here, just to kind of like make my life a bit more complicated. I'm pretty convinced about that. He does have a Harima. The Arbiter looks juicy at +4 actually. I would like to get another Arbiter as well to make mine at +2, but only after I get my Yumeko, so I don't get disappointed on her 10x with an Arbiter, because that's gonna be a bummer, you know. Okay. Let's see, what is he bringing in? He needs to bring in another DPS. So far, my eye is to ban that Sifi. I don't want him to have block debuffs. I want him to... Okay, so he's bringing Taras, beautiful, but he brought in a Duchess too, so that makes it a bit more complicated on me. The main thing that I don't need to do in here is to bring another Reviver. Kind of like make him want to ban somebody else. Or I could try and go in with the shield and bring in an Accurate instead. But I'm definitely gonna ban that. He's gonna ban my Warlord 100%. Like, it's gonna be a no-brainer for him, I think. Let's see, is he? Or he's gonna try to ban somebody else. If he's... Okay, I knew it. I thought that he might think, you know what, let's actually go in and ban Harima instead, thinking that I won't have any DPS left, you know. That's gonna be a Stone Skin Duchess 100%. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Actually, it's not a Stone Skin Duchess. Interesting. Now, please increase your stuff. Frozen. That's what we like to see, baby. Yes, polymorph can happen, guys. 100%. But you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna buff. I want to sleep that Duchess. Right now, I'm actually gonna go and try to get a bit of damage on that Arbiter. Right now, again, I don't want to buff. I'm gonna sleep that Duchess again, so she doesn't put block debuffs on. Now, I want to kill the Arbiter slowly. Okay, Arbiter down, no defense up needed. He's doing the job. So now he can move in with his Arima. He's going to move probably on my Sifi. Okay, there we go. He used the A3 actually instead. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to protect my my Sifi here to make sure we're going to be spot on. He might attempt to use the A2 to stun my Tormin. Okay, he actually went for Necred, not a problem. Interesting choice here. He must... Okay, he's now reviving. Very interesting there. So he put block debuffs because he knew that if he revives, Tormin might freeze. But you know what? I'm not gonna let him revive now, so I'm gonna provoke that Duchess. And now I'm gonna drop this on them. Bang, a bit of damage, beautiful. And slowly we're gonna pick his reviver and try to get him down. Like, this was a pretty strong team that he had right there. He had quite a few good champions. The main thing is having that arbiter left in the fight is definitely not the best thing. Like, using arbiter, using Duchess and Siphi in the same team is kind of like a weird combination, you know. Okay, let's kill that Duchess. Bang. Probably that was a swift parry Duchess, actually. Now, I'm gonna revive that Nacret just to be a bit more annoying. They're gonna kill my Tormin 100%. Like, I'll be well surprised if they're not, because I don't have the A3 available on my Nacret. Let's try to buff a bit. They still have block debuff, so they might not go for Tormin in particular. Okay, he's going for Siphi, that's fine. I can't remember if he used the A3. Did he use the A3? With his Taras? Let's see. Okay, A1. Having block buffs is not really helpful though, but I'm gonna steal that from him. And we got Polymorph, that's fine. It's not a problem. Let's crack on it. This can happen. So this is the RNG, but when you start the fight with Taras, you can instantly get Polymorph because of his passive. So yeah, the game, it has so much RNG in it nowadays. It's just like crazy, honestly. It's such a difference from what it used to be before, you know, like, yeah, we always used to have some RNG, but just all the things that are coming to the game is just crazier and crazier. Okay, and now we got this done. I can't necessarily say that in this fight, the freeze made us win it, you know, but it definitely helped quite a bit. If you check the damage, we have Tormin with 120k damage, Harima with 169k, so they both dealt a pretty good amount of damage, you know, against the opponent. Let's try to find another team in here. 35 gems per refill, my god, and they go all the way up to 100 gems. I just want to do a couple of fights where I can actually kind of like find the right opponent with the right team, you know, the right setup to really try that Tormin out, to see his full potential against Taras, you know. Cruisen, maybe he's gonna have some Tarases in there. Let's see, what do we have available? What do we have available in your menu? Pick your opponent, because I do want to do another fight. Thank you so much. So we're gonna bring a Siphi, we're gonna bring in Warlord. For the moment, I want to make sure that I'm not losing the fight, right? So if I gotta use some different champions against him, it's fine. Okay, what else is he bringing in? Does he have the couple? He doesn't have the couple. Very curious. Okay, Warlord, Rotos, it doesn't seem like it. He might have it or he might not. So is a bit different here. But we're still gonna go with Tormin, because my main idea at the moment is to ban his Siphi, you know. And you can still use dupes in here, so that's a bit of a bummer, you know. I kind of dislike the idea of using dupes. I wish it was the same in all the tiers, or just keep it for bronze if people want to use dupes, like at the very beginning when you start the game, and it's more useful for you if you don't have many champions. Okay, what else we have in here? What else we have in here? Okay, double Mortu Macab. So he's going double Mortu because of my Tormin, you see. Pretty interesting choice in here. Now I'm gonna get my Nacret in here. And where are we? So let's get Nacret. I do have 2 DPS champions, and I'm gonna ban his Siphi. So we're gonna do it like that. And yeah, he banned my Harima, that's fine. Not a problem. He might win it because of the double Mortu, but we're gonna get to see, you know. I'm gonna lock him, I'm gonna slowly kill his Rotos, and then wait for that Stone Skin to expire, you know. Okay, so we have a Stone Skin part in here. Let's lock them first. The good thing is that, yes, Tormin does have AoE attacks. I am hoping that we're gonna get to provoke them afterwards, you know. So we put him to sleep. I want to take that Rotos down before he can recover and before he can do any damage, you know. So we got pretty close to it. We're gonna knock him down here. Okay. More to Macabres. Let's go, baby. Okay, my Sifi got shipped, unfortunately. And I'm actually not gonna use the ally attack because that can be pretty dangerous against the 2 Mortus, right? So we're gonna stick with it like this at the moment. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna do that. Let's drop the Terminator on his Warlord. And right now, no better option than to provoke. Provoke that Mortu Macabre. We still want his Stone Skin. That can be a threat. Don't get me wrong. But let's try to kill his Warlord now. Once my Sif is gonna come back. Okay, he's gonna heal now. He has the heal for sure. Okay, I kind of like knew that. So now is kind of like no escape. Seems like both of them proc the passive. Let's see. Didn't activate it on that one. Hopefully we're dropping the Terminator on the other one. Beautiful. So we managed to drop the Terminators. He didn't got a turn. And if everything goes good, my Tormin should be faster than his Mortu there. So we should be able to kill him. So there we go. We go like this. We're gonna take him down. Ah, he has a swift parry. What a luck to proc on it, man. That might actually give him the fight right here. Okay, so it didn't proc. Seems like that didn't proc. We're gonna use the A1, kill that Mortu. We're gonna kill that Warlord, and there we go, guys. Why Mortu Macabre is F tier in the tier list. Like, I'm just not... Even with AoE Nuker, if he doesn't proc his passive, like, what's gonna happen, you know? Like, there we go. Literally nothing. So that's why I'm not a big fan of him, you know. Let's drop the Terminator a bit. And now we're gonna be able to keep him under control, either with sleeps, either with another cheeky provoke, drop the Terminator if we can, and slowly just pick him down. There we go. He landed the freeze because of the blessing, and it's pretty much game over. This is my last fight. Unfortunately, I haven't really managed to showcase him so good against teams with Taras, but just kind of like as an idea, I do think Tormin definitely has a much better spot now in the current meta, with a lot of Tarases running around, just constantly putting that 10 meter up for your team. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you still using Tormin? You vaulted him ages ago because polymorph and kind of like everything changing in the meta with tons of immunity and things like that. But how I mentioned, now the power is in our hands. When we are engaging into a fight, we can decide what champions to eliminate from the opponent. Of course, he can do the same way, but that gives us a upper hand to use champions that are not as viable in classic arena. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.